Alright, here's the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 2. Now, when Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea, in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem. So, in the prophecies from the Old Testament, since Jesus was born, everyone kind of knew that the Messiah was born, and everyone was well alerted. And that includes the king of Herod, who we see later on that he didn't want a Messiah or king to rule in his place in Jerusalem, saying, "Where is he that is born King of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east, and are come to worship him." So that second line, verse 2, already explains that it fulfilled all the prophecies of the coming Messiah, who was Jesus, who was King of the Jews. And I guess in a way, when you're a ruler, you don't want to share your kingdom. And when Herod the king had heard these things, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. See, he did. People at that time, human at that time, especially who rule over a kingdom, does not want to religious power over it. They want to take it all for themselves and not share it with God, which shows the sins of mankind. Which I believe that that's the point of Jesus being born, dying for our sins, because our sin is so great. If we have wicked hearts, we must be repented to the Son through him. And when he had gathered all the chief priests and the scribes of the people together, he demanded of them where Christ should be born. So, in a way, he was trying to fulfill, know that the prophecy was real, and that he wanted to know where the Messiah was born. Jesus Christ was born, to be exact. And they said unto him, in Bethlehem of Judea, for thus it is written by the prophet. See? So in a way, the prophet that wrote in the book of Isaiah gives the distinction that the Messiah was born already. So they kind of know that he was born. And that it's been every description written by the prophet. And though Bethlehem, in the land of Judea, art not the least among the prince of Judah, for out of thee shall come a governor, and shall rule my people Israel. So in a way, the king didn't want, again, the Lord to share his kingdom. But that's not the point. In the Old Testament, it was explained that he is not there to rule the earth while he was alive, but to die for his sins. And that through him, through his kingdom, we could reach the Father. So it's basically like mankind being in good grace with God, the God of the universe, through Jesus Christ. Then Herod, when he had privately called the wise men, inquired of them diligently what time the star appeared. So like if he wanted to make sure that he wanted to fulfill the prophecies. So that's the reason why he called on his aligners to see if the star is aligned to the born of the Messiah. And he sent them to Bethlehem and said, "Go and search diligently for the young child, and when ye have found him, bring me word again, that I may come and worship him also." So in a way, the king wanted to find this Messiah, this young child. Now, do you really want to worship him? Probably not. But in a way, he wanted to find him, for fear that, I don't know, I guess in King Herod's mind, that he was going to take over his kingdom, which is not at the same time. When they had heard the king explained that the scholars who the king hired used the stars as a way to connect and find this young child, which is Jesus Christ, and that they want to see if they can find him. Okay, lines 10 says, when they saw the star, they rejoiced with exceeding great joy. So the prophecy was fulfilled, and that the star did align to the upcoming Messiah that everyone needed to worship. And when they were come into the house, they saw the young child with Mary, his mother, and fell down and worshipped him. And when he had opened their treasures, they presented unto him gifts, gold, frankincense, and myrrh. So the prophecy was fulfilled. They met the virgin child that was born from a virgin mother, and that they wanted to worship him because they know that it filled the Old Testament saying. And being warned of God in a dream, they should not return to Herod. They departed into their own country another way. So, in a way, when they finally met God dreams and they fulfilled the prophecy, they did not want to report to King Herod, because if they did, well then it would have been a lot more different. I mean, imagine if it did and Jesus was killed. He probably wouldn't die for his sins. But luckily, God knew it, and he warned the men. Now we have Jesus who died for us, so that he can love us. Now we connect one with him and the Father, God Almighty. And when they were departed, behold, the angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream, saying, Arise, take the young child and his mother, and flee into Egypt, and be thou there until I bring thee word. For Herod will seek the young child to destroy him. So just like on how the Lord and the angel appeared in the dream of Mary, as well as the dream of Joseph, he did the same with I did a mistake. He appeared to Joseph again until to take the young child away, so that Herod won't kill this Messiah. When he arose, he took the young child and his mother by night and departed to Egypt. So when they were warned, they already escaped, knowing that in the future Jesus will return. And was there here until the death of Herod, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken of the Lord by the prophet, saying, Out of Egypt have I called my son. So as they departed and escaped their homeland of Judea and Bethlehem, Jesus, when he become a grown man, he will come back to his hometown and preach the word to the sick knowledge. Then Herod, when he saw that he was mocked of the wise men, was exceedingly wroth, and sent forth to slew all the children that were in Bethlehem, and all the coasts, there of from 2 years old and under, according to the time which he had diligently inquired of the wise men. So in a way, he was kind of mad, Herod, that the wise men left him and didn't report where the young child was born. So knowing the conspiracy of the plot that he wanted to kill the child, he didn't want to risk the Messiah being born and shared his kingdom. So he had all the child murdered. And that's one of the reasons why the Lord mentioned Joseph and Mary to get out of the country before the time King Herod is the ruler. And then we was fulfilled that wish was spoken by Jeremy the prophet, saying, in Ramah was there a voice heard, lamentation and weeping, and great mourning, Rachel weeping for children, and would not be comforted, because they are not. So prophecy was fulfilled, and they escaped till the time where Herod could not reach Jesus. But when Herod was dead, behold, an angel of the Lord appeared in a dream to Joseph in Egypt. So the time passing, the Lord has come, and it was time to bring back the missions of Jesus Christ, to preach about sin and how to get into the kingdom of heaven. And saying, arise, take the young child, his mother, and go into the land of Israel, for they are dead who sought the young child's life. So they already gave a foretelling that it's okay to come back. And he arose and took the young child and his mother, and came into the land of Israel. But when he heard the Archelaus did regain in Judea, in the room of his father Herod, he was afraid to go thither. Notwithstanding, being warned of God in a dream, he turned aside to the parts of Galilee. So it shows you, this scripture shows you the importance of dream. It needs to be fulfilled. And God's always trying to tell you something when dreams are mentioned throughout your lifetime. In this case, in the return of the Messiah, the dreams keep warning that we must carry out our mission as true believers in Christ. Whatever God fulfills or something with dreams to be fulfilled, there's some significance, importance of it. Should all always strive for. He wants our dreams to come true. And he came and dwelt in a city called Nazareth. It might be fulfilled which was spoken by the prophets, shall be called in Nazareth. Yeah, and then you get that saying, Jesus of Nazareth, Jesus Christ of Nazareth. And he is a Nazareth, as well as Jewish, which gives a description of the scriptures. That's what it was being called, Jesus of Nazareth. So here's my own interpretation of Matthew chapter 2, lines 1 through 23. On the next segment, I will be talking about Matthew chapter 3. Till then, farewell.